to warn you, Jack, about a potential and very serious threat to Jabot.
I've stolen Kane's AI program. I want to make a deal with you. Are you interested?
Young and the Restless spoilers for July 6th to 10th, 2026 tease as Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, is making a tricky move to outbox crazy Patty Williams, Stacey Hayduk. Plus, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, is ticked at Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, running his mouth, and Jill Abbott, Lauren Koslow, is going to make her exit out of Genoa City. And as we always do on Early Edition Day, we'll talk about the rest of this week and then discuss what is coming the week of July 6th through the 10th. Young and the Restless. Schemes and Deceptions. July 1st through 3rd. So, on Wednesday, July 1st, we've got Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, talking more with Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, about hiring Billy. And of course, Lily thinks it's a bad idea, but Kane thinks he can handle Billy and that he'll be an asset to Chancellor. And Kane does admit he's feeling a bit guilty. But Lily says Billy might destroy himself with this opportunity. But Kane is hoping to fix his family. So Lily finally says, okay, do it. Sally, meanwhile, worries Jill will shut down her company. And that's because Billy told Jill he knows she funded Sally when he said he would keep that secret. Billy says that Kane is CEO of Chancellor and he's ticked about that and Jill's approval of Kane and the role. And Billy's wallowing in his mommy issues until Kane calls and says, bring Sally and come meet us. So, Billy and Sally join Kane and Lily. They offer congratulations on Sally's baby and their engagement. And Billy is stunned when Kane asks him to head up R&D at Chancellor. Billy asks what Sally thinks and she wants him to take his time before deciding. Then they leave. Lily likes this new version of Kane, and they do some smooching. Meanwhile, Jack tells Kyle Abbott, Michael Mueller, that he got onto Lawrence Markham's, Jerry Burns' property, but the guys got guard dogs that chased him off. Jack is sure that Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, is in the house, and Kyle thinks Patty warned Markham, and that's why he called on him and was there. Jack has the private eye staking out Markham's, but says they don't have enough to bring in the cops yet. So Jack wonders why Dr. Markham is helping Patty. And then Jack comes up with a new angle to try. He goes home and finds a note from Patty asking him to meet her in the hot tub. And Jack gets into Patty's phone and texts Markham to meet her ASAP, saying it's an emergency. He then alerts Kyle, who heads over to Markham's. So, it looks like Jack is going to distract Patty while Markham is lured away so Kyle can get in there. Young and the Restless spoilers. Diane's plan in motion. We have Diane fussing about the barking dogs, and Markham says they're very loyal. He likes the outfit he picked out for Diane, and there's some flirting going on. Markham says he got her the sedatives she wanted, and says he'll give her one each night at bedtime. Diane plans to cook them dinner, and asks him to get wine. Markham goes to grab a bottle from the cellar, and Diane rifles his pockets, finds the bottle, and takes some of the sleeping pills. She flirts with Markham, tells him she appreciates him, and wants to make him a nice dinner to thank him.
He seems totally smitten with Diane.
And then Markham gets the text from Jack from Patty's phone, says he's got a patient emergency, and then he hustles out. Diane promises to hold dinner for him. And when Markham's gone, she crushes the pills and drugs his food. Nate opens up to Stephanie Simmons, Vivica A. Fox, about the past. I'm wondering if Nate's going to explain why he is not a surgeon anymore. This story is not pretty. Do you guys remember Nate was sleeping with Elena Dawson, Brittany Sarpy, when she was with Devin Hamilton, Brighton James? And then when he found out, he pummeled Nate, who wound up severing a hand tendon, and that caused the nerve damage that makes Nate's hands too shaky to perform surgery anymore. And I'm curious to see if Nate's going to tell Stephanie that Devin's the one who caused his injury and why Nate got his butt kicked to start with. I think Devin went too hard, but obviously Nate wasn't innocent. Young and the Restless spoilers. Noah and Nick don't trust Matt. Matt Clark, Roger Howarth, is trying to convince Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, and Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, of something, but they just don't believe him. Don't blame them. This may be more of Matt trying to sell his redeemed guy. I do wonder if Roger Howarth is going to be ousted when the new writer comes to YNR because so many fans hate the rapist redemption storyline. I'd honestly be fine if they just killed off Matt and wrote a new character for Roger Howarth. They did that on General Hospital when his rapist redemption storyline on the ABC soap got continual pushback and criticism from fans over there. Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, has a plan that he will not reveal, and I suspect it's about making things right with Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott. I'm expecting a grand gesture from Victor. Maybe the house being set up to accommodate a vision-impaired Nikki, because I'd be stunned in July sweeps if her eyesight starts working right away. Victor needs to stop going after Jack, stop targeting him, stop the endless and pointless vendetta. Victor can't seem to stop his suspicions about that night at the Genoa City Athletic Club. When Jack took those pills and nearly died trying to scare Nikki into going to rehab, he thinks they had sex. Eric Braeden said in a recent interview that Victor thinks that the night of debauchery included Jack and Nikki doing the deed. They didn't, but Victor's certain they did, but he's just got to let it go. Jack doesn't want to keep this rivalry alive, but at this point it's understandable why he hates Victor. He brought Patty back into their lives. And first she kidnapped Jack. Now, she's kidnapped Diane Jenkins, Susan Walters, and is moving in on Jack being a really creepy predator. YNR, Victor's grand gesture must be about Jack. So, if Victor is going to make a grand gesture to impress Nikki and get her to take him back, it's got to be about Jack. Not a fancy ring, not a blingy diamond necklace. Victor needs to stop Patty, run her out of town with a threat to never come back. And he needs to save Diane, save Jack. And then Victor needs to extend his hand to Jack and thank him for saving Nikki's life that night and tell him that he wants to bury the hatchet once and for all. No tricks, no vendetta, no more revenge. Just it's over. I think he can tell Jack, let's make peace. Because Victor has to know that that will mean so much to Nikki. Honestly, more than anything else he can do.